Hello YouTube, I know it's been a while. Today we're not going to be working on a basic command system as stated in my previous video. Or, well, I can't remember what it was I promised. But basically, because of all the requests I've received, I'm going to be demonstrating how to make your bot respond to more than just one message. So let's get started. First, you want to be inside your main method. And right at the beginning, you're going to put an if statement, and then you put an exclamation point, because that gives us the opposite of what this would return. So if this were a true statement, it would say that it's a false statement instead, because of this exclamation point. And it's just a shorter way. You could also do it like this. But doing this is just a lot simpler and cleaner, I think. So what you want to do is check if the file exists, chat.txt, because this is where we're going to be putting all of our bot's responses. So what we're going to do is, just a second, is file.create chat.txt, of course, since we realized it didn't exist, and then just .close. So this will help with handle issues for this next part. File, write all text, chat.txt. We're going to be writing to this file, obviously. And then I'm going to show you how it's going to be laid out. We're going to do ABC, then a pipe, which should be right above your enter key, and then just 1, 2, 3. And this makes it so that the file isn't empty, and it just, it'll just remind you how to format all your text and whatever. Plus, it'll keep other issues from occurring. So get out of this main method. This is going to be a pretty short video, by the way. And then go into your onChat message method. So you're going to find this if statement, and then you're going to go to the very bottom of it. Then what you're going to do is create two variables. One to hold the trimmed version of the message, and another to hold the read line, which you'll understand what that means in a second. Alright, so string. You can name these whatever you want, but I just prefer to name them like this. And then string trimmed equals callback dot message. So this is now going to hold the callback message. This will just save us some trouble in a second. Then what you're going to do is you're going to create another variable, but this time it's going to be a character array, and it's going to be a list of all the characters we want to trim from it. For the sake of brevity, I'm just going to copy and paste it. This will help with matching issues. So if someone were to type, I don't know, if someone were to send a message to us saying, hello, normally it wouldn't recognize that it contains hello unless the exclamation point is gone. So this is what we're doing. We're getting rid of all these special characters. Okay, so now create a stream reader. We're going to use this in a second. Stream reader, and then just name it sReader, or whatever you want, but it's more intuitive to name it like that, so that you know what it is later when you're trying to read your code. And then tell it to read chat.txt. So this is going to create a new stream reader, so that we can now read this file, which is obviously going to be important for when we want to sift through all of the bot's possible responses. But for now, we're going to trim all the weird characters from a person's response. So create a for statement, int I equals 0, I is less than 30, I++. So the reason I chose 30, because there are 30 characters. So for each character inside of this array is what this is going to do. Trimmed equals trimmed dot replace. So this is going to grab this trim I dot toString, and then we're going to place it with a blank. So let me explain this really quick. So this is going to replace the character that is indexed inside of the array. So if this were to be 0, then it would say, okay, we're looking for an exclamation point, and if we find one, we're going to replace it with nothing, which gets rid of it, obviously. So let's just turn that back to I. And that's all we need in the for statement there. We should probably move this, actually. We're going to move it past this for statement. It's not going to make any difference, but it's going to be easier to read and understand. So you're going to create a while loop. While rline equals sreader.readline is not equal to null. So this is fancy. So it's going to read every single line inside of our chat.txt, shown here, until it reaches the end of the file, which would be a null. And this is going to equal each line. So if something were to be like, hey, and then hi, it would only do this line first, and then the next iteration of the loop, it's going to do this line. So you're going to need to create 2 more variables, string text equals rline.remove rline.index of the pipe plus or minus 1. This will give us just message. So how our how it's going to be arranged is it's going to be look like this: message, response. This is what it's going to look like inside of your text document. This will be what the chat needs to contain in order to have this response. So if something were to contain I am a message, it will see message and then it will respond with this response. Okay, so the reason there's this minus here is because it finds the pipe, and then we need to do -1 so that we're now right here. This gets rid of the trailing space and it fixes a bunch of matching issues. You're going to need to create another string called response equals rline.remove. So if you can guess, we're obviously going to go for this part of the message, or this part of the line in the file. Remove 0, so we're going to be starting at the beginning. Then we're going to remove everything from here all the way to here, so that we're left with just response. How we're going to do that is rline.index of the pipe +2. So it finds here and then +2, so that we're just left with this. Then if callback dot message dot contains text. So if it contains text, this variable, and say this for hi, and this is hello. If it contains text, which is this variable, which now contains only this, we're going to respond with the response listed here, which is now contained inside of this variable. So Steam friends dot send the chat message callback dot sender the chat entry type dot chat message response. So if I say hi, bot is going to say hello. Then we're going to need to be a good little programmer and get rid of our object since we're done with it. So sreader.close. And then return. This exits this entire callback area, so that prevents it from looping through every single one of them and responding to everything it finds. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, things I can clarify, it will just do it in the YouTube comments. I will respond. I respond to every single comment I get, and a few people have emailed me and I've responded to that. So just if you need help, ask. So obviously we can't do this without a test. So start it up. Now this is where my project is. So inside of tutorialbot bin debug. Refresh this real quick. Okay, so you should have chat.txt after you've run the bot and closed it. So inside of here you can see it wrote ABC123. So we're going to write in a few responses, such as hello and YouTube, or goodbye, farewell, why not. So that should be enough responses to show that it works. So we're just going to keep this like right here. So chat.txt now contains relevant information that it's going to use to respond. So run it, and then just enter in your information. And connect to Steam, obviously. There we go. So as we can see, the bot is now logged in. So let's try out some of these fancy responses. We have ABC, 1, 2, 3, hello, YouTube, goodbye, why do you do this to me? So as you can tell, ta-da, why? This is a small problem that's easily fixable, and I might show that as part of another video sometime, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure out if it's bugging you that much. But we will go over it eventually, I think. So as you can see, that's the basics of a dynamic response system. So if you ever want to add anything else, you just go to your chat.txt, wherever it's generated, and then write to it. How we did it, though, is it's going to have this pipe, because it separates the message that needs to be contained and then the response to that message. So thank you for watching. Sorry I haven't put out any new content, and I apologize if this particular content was not satisfactory. But like I said, any questions, just comment or email me. So comment, rate, subscribe, just the usual stuff. Thanks for watching.